Well, I first fell in love with motorsport, I think it was 1972. And I had a subscription to a kids' football magazine, soccer magazine, called Shoot. That was part of my pocket money. I was allowed to have that. And I went to the local newsagent to pick up my copy of Shoot. And on the newsagent's counter, I saw this magazine called Autosport. And I said to the newsagent, "Can I swap Shoot for Autosport?" And he said, "Of course you can." And I took home Autosport instead, and I was hooked. The first type of racing I wrote about, believe it or not, was greyhound racing, because in my misspent youth, one of the jobs I had done was a bookmaker, betting shop manager. And then I was headhunted by Haymarket to become the launch editor, or the second editor. They had a fledgling editor for the pilot issues of F1 racing. And that was in 1996. So I've skipped through a few years now. So I was 34 then. And that was me full time in Formula One. And I've barely had a waking thought that wasn't about Formula One over the past 25 years. I was communications director of the McLaren team in 2008. And 2008 was, and probably always will be, one of the most dramatic seasons of Formula One. Felipe Massa won the race. As he crossed the line, he was celebrating not only his race win at home in Sao Paulo, his home race, but also his World Championship. And then, unbeknown to them who were celebrating their win, we suddenly saw that Lewis was going to overtake Timo Glock's Toyota on the last corner of the last lap of the last race of the year. You couldn't make it up, could you? And he did it. And as he did it, we just rushed across the pit lane and up to the pit wall and saw him go past P5. Felipe Massa thought he was champion for 40 seconds, but he wasn't. Lewis Hamilton won the World Championship. It's the most extraordinary experience and really one of the greatest days of my life still. But as I was taking Lewis from TV crew to TV crew in that extraordinarily congested, euphoric for us, Interlagos paddock, suddenly crawling through the legs and between the bodies of the cameramen and the interviewers and the journalists, crawled through, lifted his hand up. It was Felipe Massa. Congratulations, Lewis. Well done. How about that for proper sportsmanship? I joined Aston Martin Cognizant Formula One team in January, and I'd been out of Formula One for a little while. I was made aware that Lawrence Stroll, obviously the chairman of Aston Martin Cognizant Formula One team, would like to see me. He said, "Well, I would like you to come and work for us as our chief communications officer." And having been absolutely more than convinced, inspired by the way he talked about his ambitions for the team and his mission to make it successful, I mean really successful, the answer yes came very, very fast. I don't know when we'll be successful, but I do know we will be successful.